So welcome back to the channel and welcome to another extremely foggy day here in the Netherlands. We're having a couple of days here like this over the past week, which is really good. And I'm actually a little bit late today, but this fog keeps hanging around. So I was thinking, the kids are all at school and at their daycare, so I'm gonna go out and just see what I can do. So it's a really thick layer, so I'm thinking about a forest, and this is actually the same forest as where I wanted to go in last week's video. So let's go there, and hopefully this fog will stay around for a while. So the fog is still around, and it's just really dense fog, and according to the weather it might be sticking around until the end of the morning here. So that is really nice, and I've never been to this area before. You know, it's a forest area, so especially with days like this, those foggy, moody days, I really like to go to forest these days. And I'm already at the first cross section here, no idea where to go, so I'm gonna look at Google Maps, see what is a suitable place. But this place is actually called the Sint-Jansberg. And the Dutch word berg actually means mountain in English. So, but you will soon notice that there's no such thing as mountains in the Netherlands. You know, this is probably not even a hill compared to other countries. So, a couple of maybe 100 meters high. I have no idea, but it's really small. But for us, this is a mountain. So this is typically the Netherlands. You know, probably the worst country in the world for a landscape photographer. You know, we have a beautiful forest here. What do? We just put a fence here straight in the middle with all kinds of warning signs that you're not allowed to go over there, and that you will get fined if you walk 10 meters from the path. Well, that's what I have to deal with, and I'm actually not that wealthy, so I'm not risking walking in these areas. So there have to be other shots here, but it's always like this in the Netherlands. You know, I'm not allowed to go into a nature reserve before sunrise or after sunset. I'm not allowed to go off the path. You know, it's all kinds of things that are not allowed in the Netherlands. You know, it's really, really stupid. But of course, it's to prevent nature. It's such a dense, crowded country. But this actually looks quite nice here. Complaining about that side and then seeing something here. Just look at this. It's a real tranquil lake in the middle of this moody forest here. And there's one, how do you say it, tree trunk laying down in the water there with some branches growing out of it. So it looks really nice, especially when you frame it in that bright spot over there. Yeah, this might be something. So let me set up the camera here. So I did frame up quite a nice image, at least I think so. It's really moody, really atmospheric, but I just really seem to like it. And I went for a square image here because let me try to show you in the movie mode here. You can see that there's a lot going on in this image. You know, on the right side here there are some bushes on the left side, and I want the image to be about this and those trees over there. So I made it a square, cutting off this section over here and cutting off the other side on this side, and I think it will look really nice. So yeah, first image, real moody, atmospheric, but I definitely like it. And what I like most is that those trees here, they all look really gnarly and really, at least old. You know, it's an old forest, and that's what I've been looking for a long time here in the Netherlands. So I guess I finally found it, and I'm gonna take this shot, first image. This is it. don't know what it is, but just look behind me here. Conditions are absolutely amazing. And it was the same a couple of days ago, which was last week's video. Absolute gorgeous conditions, and still I'm having the feeling that I'm struggling, you know. Don't know what it is. I just can't see the images or compositions. I don't know. Maybe I've lost it, you know. This winter was so bad. Maybe maybe my photography feeling has left the building somehow. So finally I managed to find something of interest. So look behind me here. I noticed this tree here, this big one. It just looks really nice, especially with this green on the side. And there's another one on the left there, that side, which might balance the frame. So right side this tree, left side the other tree. And it just looks really nice. And I stepped over the fence here for a little bit, so I hope no one's gonna notice that. But yeah, with this backdrop, all those trees disappearing in the background, they all look a little bit similar in shape and size. So it really disappears into that background. And that's what I was looking for. Not too much disturbing elements here in the foreground. So it's all about this tree, and then the rest is frame filling. And there's one tree straight behind this one. So I'm just trying to move a little bit to the side here to hide that tree behind this one. So that's, yeah, I think that's probably gonna work. It's gonna be a nice image. So really moody, atmospheric, and it really shows the conditions that I'm facing right now in this forest. So this is the shot of this tree here. So I think I found one of the reasons why I'm struggling a little bit in these conditions. That's because I'm looking at two wide angle images. I really had the plan to shoot some wide angles, but the conditions are more for telephoto images in these forests. You know, you can really isolate things without all those distractions. So that's what I'm trying to do here on the left side. Found a couple of nice compositions here, so let me try to show you on the camera here what I'm looking at. So I'm just trying to move around the camera a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, to make sure that all those trees align perfectly. And I'm just looking at how I can get as little distractions as possible in a shot like this. And yeah, when that happens, I'm also trying to search for one tree that's a little bit different than the rest. And for example, here on this side, I'm now looking at quite a nice shot like this. You can see it's all moody, atmospheric, and there's one tree in the middle, has a couple of branches coming out, which makes it look real different than the rest of the image. So it's really clear to the viewer of the image that it's about that tree and not about the rest. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look for those images, minimalistic, not much going on, but making use of this moodiness. And right now looks like the sun is coming through, so we might end up having some nice light rays also. That would be nice. So gotta move on. I already took that shot, so this is it. So I found another shot over here. You can see these trees over here, and these first two here, they have a pretty unique shape to them. And they're standing on a ledge here with a little valley in the back covered in fog. So as you can see, it's actually quite a nice framing. You can frame them up right now due to this fog. By overexposing the image a little bit, this fog increases seemingly. Of course it doesn't increase, but it looks like it's a heavier fog. And you can isolate these trees much better. So that's what I'm trying to do, keeping a low aperture like f2.8. I don't want anything sharp in that background. It's just all about this first tree over here that I really seem to like. So yeah, taking this shot, and hopefully it's going to work out the way I have it in my mind, that you can really see that separation between the background and this tree. So not quite sure if it's going to work, but at least I'm going to try. So I found a pretty nice composition here, and just look behind me. Just a path running in the back with some beautiful tranquil straight trees behind it. Looks really nice, but it just needs a little bit more than just this frame. So my idea was to go and stand in the frame myself and just look into that dense foggy forest, just to create a little bit of mystery. You know, there's not much of a subject in this shot, but when I stand on the path myself looking into that space, might work. So I'm gonna try that. So look at this scene here behind me. Now you have this valley running in a little bit of an S-curve here, with all these trees, with this beautiful lit up fog in the back, creating all this mystery. And there's just this one tree, this dead tree, laying on its side through the frame, and it just looks really nice. And I'm just trying to frame up this shot, just trying to make sure that I get as much of interest in the image, but I want it to be about the dead tree on the left side of the frame. So that's what I'm trying to do, just trying to get as much of that mystery in the image without losing my subject, this dead tree over there. So yeah, really funny scene. I'm actually really loving these kinds of images, you know, all this foggy, moody atmospheres. And I've never been to this forest. It's about 15 to 20 minutes from my house, and I'm absolutely loving it here, and I'm definitely going to be back here. So especially in autumn. Wow, look at these, are all trees that normally have leaves in summer. That side are needle trees, so they keep their needles. But right here, wow, it's going to look stunning in autumn. So definitely a new location that I'm absolutely going to visit again. So this is the final image that I've got here from this situation, and hopefully it worked out the way I see it in my mind. So look what I found in this forest. So there was a watermill up there, a really old one with a little lake, and I actually sat down there for a while because there was a kingfisher flying over when I walked over there. So I was hoping to get back, but probably my orange jacket didn't really work out for that kind of photography. But I followed the stream from underneath the watermill and eventually ended up here in this section here. And look at how tranquil this piece of water is flowing towards the back there. And you get all these beautiful trees, a slope here of a mountain, this fog, absolutely amazing. So what I've noticed is if you get low, it actually looks pretty nice, but I do want to get the feeling of this river flowing into the back a little bit better. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get a low image or a high image, but I'm going to try a little bit here. Yeah, try a little bit of compositions here, see what works best, low, high, left, right, try to choose which trees align best with each other. And there's a little group over here that I really seem to like, so I'm gonna go over there, try to shoot it. So I managed to find a nice composition here. Let me try to show you on the back of the camera. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's see. Well, that works pretty nice. You can see I'm using this path here, leading to the back with this water next to it, and then all those trees, as many as possible, separated from another. So moving a little bit to the left and the right just makes a massive difference to this scene. But it really works due to this fog. You know, it's a little bit of the last fog hanging around. It's getting less dense at the moment, so it's disappearing. So it's probably one of the last shots that I'm taking today, but oh, absolutely nice. So this, I'm just looking at this in autumn, you know, absolutely amazing. So what a find, what a find. So this is the shot that I'm just taking, not much going on, just 5-second timer, ISO 200, f8. I want to get as many of those trees sharp as possible, and then focusing here on one of those front trees here. And yeah, looks great. So this is the shot. So this is the end of today's video. I hope you liked this trip through this magical misty woodland here. A new place for me, but I will definitely be back here. I really love this place. These old trees that I've been looking for all this time. The difference in height. You've got all these slopes and valleys here, which isn't that common for the Netherlands. And I've been driving around the Netherlands over the past 2 years. And this is just 15 minutes from my house, 15-20 minutes. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe that I've never been to this place before. So yeah, I will definitely be back here. And yeah, I hope these images worked out, and I hope this video worked out. So please leave a comment and let me know what you think of it. And if you like the video, then don't forget, please push the thumbs up button. You will massively help this channel to grow. And there is a subscribe button underneath here or here, I don't know, somewhere underneath this video. If you push it and select all on the notification bell, you will get a message when I release my next video. So yeah, thanks for watching from this misty, foggy place in the Netherlands. Bye bye, till next week.